Alright, hi everyone. I just wanted to make a quick video to discuss a recent eBay purchase that I had made that was very disappointing, and to hopefully alert some of you guys to the same issues. I had purchased this off eBay. It's supposed to be one of the new SanDisk 128 gig micro SD cards, and as you can see, the packaging from the version on the left, which is legitimate, is quite different. Although this is pretty passable. I mean, I'm not really up on what SanDisk's packaging looks like. However, I would say this was pretty convincing at first blush, but I'm going to show you some giveaways on why exactly it's counterfeit. First off, the packaging is suspect. This can be ripped. It's like paper, okay? The SanDisk one, I don't know if you can see in the shadows there, I'm struggling with it. This doesn't rip. It has a scissor mark, and you really do have to cut it with a scissor and tear into it pretty good. And it seems like it's lined with some kind of, I don't know if it's plastic or what, but you can't really rip it apart. So this, you can kind of rip into it, and when you pull it out, there's just this plastic little compartment for an adapter and the SD card. The SD card, I don't know if I can get this to focus here. I can't. The SD card itself, the micro SD, is basically almost an identical copy to the legitimate one. However, the adapter on the legitimate one just says SanDisk adapter, whereas this one looks more like a card. And these just kind of pop out. It's just plastic. So on the legitimate one, however, you pull it out and it comes with a carrying case. It's a hard plastic carrying case. So you can see some of the differences there. And of course there are differences in performance. This one works really well, like most SanDisk products, and this one works like a cheap Chinese counterfeit, which is what it is. The file transfer speed on this is incredibly slow. Most of the files just error out, and it's not actually true 128 gig capacity. I can only seem to get about 64 or so gigs onto this one. This, however, being the legitimate product, very fast write speed, and retains all the files, and it works kind of how you would expect a SanDisk product to work. More differences on the packaging. The counterfeit has kind of a funny little, I don't know if it's an inside joke or what, but a verify your product note up here where you can verify that it's legitimate. And it has a hologram that's not really a hologram. Again, it just looks kind of like a copy. So it's really disappointing. Luckily, the seller I bought this from on eBay gave me a prompt refund. Now, you know, I'll tell you up front, I like to think that I'm immune to these kind of fraudulent transactions, but let me tell you, and this is why I'm making the video, because maybe you're thinking the same thing. This, to me, it did not seem like a knockoff, because the eBay picture was of the front, and again, it seems reasonably legitimate. I mean, you know, the logo doesn't really look that off, if off at all. I mean, it looks pretty good. However, the thing that really got me to buy this was the legitimate one is currently $120 on Amazon and B&H. I got it at B&H, which is one of my favorite online shops. Everything's legitimate. So it's $120. This on eBay was $96, I believe. So the thing is, the price wasn't low enough for me to immediately smell that it was a counterfeit. I was thinking maybe the seller had just purchased them in bulk and wanted to unload them or whatnot. So the fact that the selling price wasn't so low kind of tipped me, it didn't make me think it was a fraudulent card. But upon using it and inspecting the packaging, there's no doubt that it's just a cheap knockoff. So just a word to the wise, if you guys see these cards for less than retail on eBay, and especially if they have this packaging, that you're gonna just be very, very disappointed with your purchase. Like I said, it ended up being alright. I got a full and prompt refund for this card, but again, it was kind of a pain because I had to get the refund, and then I went to the legitimate site B&H to get the correct one. So just wanted to throw that out there in case anyone has the same problem, or if you're wondering if these cards are legit. Hope it's helpful. Bye.